Welcome to Lighthouse Link Up. In this episode, we're going to hear a story from the book of Mark, the parable of the tenants, which takes place in a vineyard. And then after that, Marion is going to help us see how we can make some edible soil. So stay tuned for all of that. In our story today from Mark, we see that Jesus tells a story or a parable to help people understand that he has authority, or he has the right to rule. Why? Because he is God's son. But the chief priests and the teachers who were listening to Jesus did not like what they were hearing and seeing, and they did not want to give Jesus the authority that he deserved. But Jesus told them a story to help show them how they were and how they would treat him, God's son. It's the story of a man who planted a vineyard, and then he rented it out, which means that other people came and lived and worked at it. Now, at harvest time, the owner sent a servant to go collect some of the fruit. But the tenants, those who lived there, beat the servant up. The owner did this several more times, sent more servants, but each time the tenants did the same, even killing some of the servants who came. So the owner sent his son, whom he loved, and he thought, they'll listen to him, he is my son. But instead they thought, this is his son. If he is gone, then we can take his inheritance. And so they killed him too. What a strange story to tell. But Jesus was showing them something. The owner kept giving the tenants chance after chance after chance, and they kept rejecting those who he sent, including his own son, whom he loved so much. And in the same way, many rejected Jesus. They kept rejecting him, even killing him. And yet, we know this isn't the end of the story. God's love is so big that even though people did and do keep rejecting him, he made a way through his son's death, so that we could know him, we could be forgiven, and we could live our lives following him, God's Son and the King of our lives.
I'm making edible soil. Lovely. Now, I have melted some chocolate in a bowl, and I've just added some digestive biscuits that I have bashed up with my rolling pin. I thought I'd do that before you joined me, so that I wasn't making a whole racket. And I'm mixing it together in the bowl, and then I'm going to add a few raisins and mix that in as well. And then I'm going to spoon the mixture into some little bun cases, and then it will all go into the fridge to harden. And I'll put half a grape on each one. To decorate. Now, I've never eaten soil before. Well, maybe when I was little. And I've never made soil before. So this is quite an interesting experiment. So I'll let you know after it hardens in the fridge what it tastes like. And then maybe you can make some as well. I hope you're all enjoying learning at home, and maybe you're even doing some baking when you're there. I'm sure you're making interesting things too. So here's my little grape, which I've already cut in half. those will look really yummy. I'll put those in the fridge now. Thank you for joining me. See you later. Bye.